So here's the thing about phrasal verbs with up. Most learners treat them all the same way, but here's the secret that changes everything. Up is not a single meaning. It has four completely different personalities. And once you see that, your English will level up instantly.
Okay, wait, you just said level up. That's one of them too.
Exactly. You're already catching on. And I love how you use catch on naturally just now. That's another phrasal verb with its own meaning. But today we're going deep on four specific ones that learners mix up constantly: end up, catch up, make up, and show up.
I literally use all of these wrong. I'm not even kidding. Last week I told my coworker I need to end up with you after work, and she looked at me like I was asking her on a date.
Oh no, Leo. That is a classic mistake. You meant catch up, right?
Yes, I wanted to just talk about our project, not propose marriage.
Well, the good news is you're the perfect example of why this episode matters. So let's start with end up. This one is about final results, where you land after a process. It's about the destination you didn't necessarily plan for. For example, we got lost and ended up at a beautiful beach we'd never seen before.
So it's like the unexpected but final result.
Exactly. And here's the mistake my Spanish-speaking students make a lot. In Spanish, terminar can mean both to finish and to end up somewhere. So they'll say, I finished at the party last night, when they mean I ended up at the party last night. It sounds like they completed the party like it was homework.
I finished the party. Like, task complete, party finished, now I can move on to the next mission.
Right, and it's not wrong exactly, but it misses the nuance. End up carries that sense of, this wasn't my original plan, but here I am. So if your friend says, how was your night? And you say, I ended up staying until 2 in the morning, you're saying, I didn't plan to stay that long, but I did.
Oh, I love that. So it's like the story version of where you landed.
Yes. Now, for my Chinese-speaking students, the challenge is different. In Chinese, you can say something like 最后去了, finally went, and that works for end up. But the problem is they often drop the end part and just say up, like we up at the restaurant. That's a contraction that doesn't work in that context.
So the full verb is necessary?
Always. It's always end up, both words together. You can't shorten it. Let me give you another example. I started my career in marketing, but I ended up becoming a teacher. That sentence tells a little story. It says, I didn't plan to be a teacher, but that's where my journey took me.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. But here's where I get confused. What about catch up? That one I think I use wrong all the time.
Great instinct. Catch up is about closing a gap. It's about reaching the same level as someone or something. So think about a running race. If you're behind and you run faster to reach the front of the pack, you're catching up. But in daily life, we use it for conversations. Let's catch up over coffee means, let's bring our relationship back to the same level. I want to know what's been happening in your life.
Oh, so when I said I need to end up with you, I should have said I need to catch up with you.
Exactly. And catch up can also mean working to meet a deadline. Like, I have so much work to do this weekend. I need to catch up on emails. You're behind on emails and you need to close that gap.
So catch up is always about being behind and trying to reach the same point.
Almost always. There's one more use. When you meet someone for the first time in a while, it was so good to catch up with my old college roommate. That's sharing news, filling in the gap of time since you last talked.
Okay, this is clicking. Now make up. I know this one has multiple meanings and that scares me.
It does have multiple meanings, but here's the good news. They're all connected by one idea, creating something that wasn't there before. So make up a story means you create a story from your imagination. Make up your face means you're creating a look with makeup. Make up after a fight means you're creating peace, rebuilding the relationship.
Oh, that's helpful. So the core meaning is create something new.
You got it. Now here's a mistake that Arabic speakers often make. In Arabic, there are different words for create a story versus reconcile after a fight. So learners will sometimes say, We created up after the argument, blending the structure. But in English, it's always make up for both. She made up an excuse for being late. They kissed and made up after the fight.
So same verb, different context, but same core feeling of creating something.
Exactly. And now let's talk about show up. This one is simple, but learners mess it up in a funny way.
I'm ready to be exposed.
Okay. Show up means to arrive somewhere, especially when your arrival is expected or noticed. I can't believe he showed up late to his own wedding. Or, make sure you show up on time for the interview. But here's the mistake. Learners often say show up when they mean show, as in show something to someone. So a Chinese speaker might say, I will show up my presentation tomorrow, when they mean I will show my presentation tomorrow. Adding up changes the meaning from display to arrive.
Oh, so show up is about physically arriving. Show is about presenting something.
Perfect. And for Vietnamese speakers, there's a similar issue. The word extrant ut can mean both appear and show up, but learners sometimes translate it directly as appear in every situation. So they'll say, I appeared at the party, which sounds like you materialized out of thin air.
Like a ghost. I appeared at the party. Boo.
Exactly. Show up is more casual. Appear is more formal and sometimes dramatic. So my friend showed up at my door with pizza sounds warm and friendly. My friend appeared at my door sounds mysterious, like a spy movie.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Let me try to use all four in one story. Last weekend, I wanted to relax at home, but my friend called and I ended up going to a concert. I hadn't seen her in months, so we spent the first hour catching up. She told me she had made up a ridiculous excuse to leave work early, and guess what? Her boss showed up at the same concert.
Leo, that was perfect. Every single one of those was natural. How do you feel?
Honestly, I feel like I've been using them blindfolded before, and now someone turned the lights on.
That's exactly the feeling we want. Now here's the part that surprises most people. Up in phrasal verbs isn't always about direction. Sometimes it's about completion. Eat up means eat everything. Drink up means finish your drink. Pack up means finish packing. And clean up means clean everything until it's done.
So up can mean completely?
Yes. And this is where learners get tripped up because they think up always means higher. But in eat up, you're not eating food that's floating above your plate. You're finishing it.
Okay, that's a brain shift. So I need to start thinking about up as having multiple job descriptions.
Beautiful way to put it. Up is like an actor who plays different roles. Sometimes it's destination, hand up, but sometimes it's closing a gap, catch up. Sometimes it's creating, CAD makeup. Sometimes it's arriving, CAD show up. And sometimes it's completing, CAD makeup.
Can I try another one? What about give up? That's quitting, right?
Yes. Give up is stopping something. I gave up smoking means you stopped completely. And notice, it's completion again. You completed the act of quitting.
So give up fits the completion role.
Exactly. Now let's talk about a mistake that many learners from all backgrounds make, using up when they don't need it. Like I woke up at 7 a.m. That's double up. Just I woke up at 7 a.m. is fine. Or I stood up from my chair. No, just I stood up from my chair.
Oh, I've said that before. I've definitely said I woke up.
You're not alone. It's very common. Okay, let's do a practice round. I'm going to give you a situation, and you tell me which up phrasal verb to use. Ready?
Ready.
You haven't talked to your best friend in 3 weeks. What do you want to do?
Catch up.
Perfect. You planned to buy groceries, but you spent the whole afternoon watching TV instead. What did you do?
I ended up watching TV?
Yes. You forgot about the groceries and ended up binge watching your show. Next one. You had a fight with your sister, and now you want to fix things. What do you do?
Make up.
Beautiful. Last one. You promised to be at a meeting at 10 a.m. What must you do?
Show up on time?
Leo, you just passed the test with flying colors.
Thank you. Now I just need to use these in real life without panicking.
And you will. Here's a tip. Before you say any phrasal verb with up, pause for half a second and ask yourself, what is up doing in this sentence? Is it about a destination, closing a gap, creating something, Arriving, completing, once you identify the job, the right verb will come naturally.
That's actually a game changer. Instead of memorizing lists, I just need to think about the function.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this episode, here's what I want you to do. Subscribe to Speak Like a Native so you don't miss our next episode where we break down phrasal verbs with out, because guess what? Out is just as sneaky.
Oh, I can't wait. Figure out, work out, check out. I already struggle with those.
Then you need to be here. But for now, here's your takeaway. Every up has a job. Know the job and you'll never mix them up again.
I see what you did there. Mix up, that's another one.
You're learning faster than I expected.
Thanks, Maya. And listeners, if you want to sound more natural in English, stop memorizing lists and start paying attention to what up is doing in the sentence. Trust me, it works.
That's all for today. Practice these 4 in real conversations this week. End up, catch up, make up, show up. Try them with your friends, your coworkers, or even just in your head. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. That's how you learn. Maya out.
Leo out.
Bye, everyone.